Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 9 on ABAP on HANA. So we have seen many different syntax and different operators or keywords, everything with ABAP and HANA with the help of new syntax. So on that list, we are going to see now as a reduction operator. We call it as reduce is the keyword or operator which we're going to use. Okay, so we'll see what is reduce or what is a reduction operator and what is the properties of it and how we are able to proceed with different kind of data medium, like how we can go with um, variables or work area, and we can use this as a alternative for implementing the at new functionality we can use directly to the if conditions. So many things we are going to see about reduce operator in this session. Let me take you to the slide first. Okay. So the first thing is, so far, if you identify a lot of options or operators with the new operators or new keywords, is mostly is going to deal with your internal table. The reason behind us, the previous ABAP syntax, mostly we are going to write with loop, and most of the performance or is going to be affected with the loop only because lot of data, huge volume of data we are going to process. So that is the reason most of the new keywords are focusing how to reduce the performance, like reduce in the sense how to reduce the execution time of a loop. So how we can effectively introduce a keyword or operator which save more time, especially for the execution of an internal table. Okay, so that's the reason we have seen previously some keywords which mostly related with an internal table concept. Here reduce also mostly we are going to work with internal table. Okay, and before the reduce we have seen about value. So value is a very useful keyword which deals the internal table data very massively and very effectively, and the same way we are going to use again the keyword called reduce to the internal table only. Okay, so loop we used previous one and we used value. Value has its own properties and depends on the business scenario you can use it. Now the new keywords has its own properties and functionality, depends on your scenario you can choose it. Previously, we have loop, read, very limited keywords, and this is only for the particular functionality. So maybe we can add like binary search, or we can add remove the duplicates, and we can do a parallel processing, or we can use a parallel cursor concept. A lot of other functionality to be improve the performance. And now everything is coming in a different keyword or different operator. It has its own properties. Even you can combine the operator. You can use the operator individually, or you can combine the reduce and value to increase the performance based on your business requirement. Okay, so the new keyword has a lot of properties. Make sure you are using the properties, and whenever you have a time, just play around with it, then only you come to know. So you are able to make the value and reduce keyword in a different fashion that gives more flexible, or that give more performance timing for your report or whatever development you're doing it. Okay, so please play around with all the new keywords whenever you have a time. And first I'm going to directly start with the reduce syntax. We'll see the properties, then we'll decide whether at what scenario we can use the reduce operator or a keyword. So this is my internal table. I have material. Okay, there is no heading, so forgot about it. I have a maybe purchase order number and purchase order item, material, and it's a net weight or net price. Sorry, net price. Okay. So through reduce, I'm going to calculate the value. Like I'm going to do the summation of this particular purchase order number. Okay, so whenever there is a value in a row level and you want to do a operation, that may be a count, or that may be a sum, or that may be a concatenation. I want to do everything in a row level, then you can use a reduce operator. Okay, so most of the examples I'm going to explain, everything depends on the row level in your internal table. So here the syntax would be, so how to do a syntax? The output would be, I want to sum this particular, or consolidate the net price of your purchase order. So the syntax, the first line, okay, the first line syntax is reduce the keyword and data type. So you have to give the data type, or data element also works. And a one line reduce, whenever maybe you have seen previously, reduces work for a specific data type. If it is an integer, it's work for an integer, or it is going for a string, it is going for a decimal places or float, whatever it is. Okay, so reduce is going to work for a specific data type. It's not a mix and match. So here you have to mention the data type. It may be like string or integer or any data element which represents your decimal places, float information. So whatever you want, you have to mention over here. And init, initiate. Okay, so init is initiate or initiation, whatever it is. Initiate. And medium to hold, I already mentioned medium is nothing but it can be a variable or a work area or internal table, body of internal table, whatever it is. Okay, you need some medium to hold the value. Very simple, a variable. Okay, so you have to give a variable is equal to initial values. It may be, you can give a empty initial value, like if it is integer, you can give 0 or just a space for your character, or by default I want to give some other initial value, 100, or some other value in a character string, you can give it. Okay, so that is the first line. You can have everything in single line, but I just divided for a easy reference. So this is the first level. Reduce data type. These are keywords. Okay, init is a keyword and variable is equal to initial value. And then for data handling, for and in. Uh, I'm going to give data. It's like the data could be from my internal table, or I can give my own data. Like I want to give a range. Like for loop, normally we use, right, if I equal to 1 to 10. So like that I have to give. So data, how you're going to handle the data, that is going to be in your second line. For and in, you have to use it. Either you can use for and in if it is a work area and a body. So you have to give for work area in body of an internal table. Otherwise, suppose I'm going to give my generic kind of for loop. So I can give for I equal to 1. So and then I is I plus 1, I plus 2, until I equal to I or greater than 10. So depend this for is going to be decide how many times this entire reduce is going to be run. So that is the idea of for and in. So data handling. And the next one is next, because this is going to be a loop. So there is a another keyword called next. Medium to hold, the same variable where you're going to mention the variable, okay, same variable to be maintained here is equal to what to hold. So how you're going to calculate, it can be like just assign a value to this medium to hold variable, or you can give some manipulations, you can do some concatenations, whatever it is, you have to mention after the equal symbol over here. Okay, and before the next and after the in, you can mention the where condition also. Suppose depends on my where condition, my reduce should work. Okay, so this is the entire syntax of reduce. You can have let and everything. Probably once you understand the basic of reduce, you can play around with the value. You can add something with the reduce, with the let information, you can add some functionality with the reduce keyword. And finally, the value should hold. What is the value for our example? Consolidate of the net price based on the PO number. So this is just a syntax, okay? It's just a syntax. So the value to be hold like this, data medium. It can be declared already, or on the flow you can declare data of. It's a local variable, you can give local variable, or if maybe your work area, you can give a work area. Okay, so depends on your output, you can decide what kind of data medium you have to give over here. Okay, so this is the syntax of Redis, very basic simple syntax. I will show you in the system the same one, and I will show you the for I value and everything we can include one by one. Okay, and then these are some points about your reduce. So reduce normally we used to work around as a previous complex logics. Normally I already mentioned the first slide or second slide. mostly this reduce is going to work with loop internal table. Okay, so to reduce the complex kind of logics, we are going to use reduce. And concatenate, it can be used to concatenate a string. Suppose I have 10 materials, I want to concatenate all the materials into one variable. So concatenate the string or consolidate any numeric values, or I want to count the specific field values, so we can use it. Okay, and count, if it's just a count for an internal table, you don't want to use reduce, because anyway you have very simple keywords are available. That's why just learn the properties of the keyword and make use of it, depends on your requirement. And it can be achieved with where condition, and you can directly use the reduce in if condition also. So the result is like x, or the entire result is greater than 5, do this, less than 5, do that. So that also you're able to use. The entire reduce is coming under one if condition. So if after that you can use reduce, and you can achieve the at new option with reduce. So I'm not saying here alternative for at new as reduce. I'm because we have a group by also. So these are the keywords which can be help to achieve the functionality of the existing concept. So at new, at end, at first, at third, whatever it is. We got different keywords. So every keyword has its own property. So depends on that, we can make use of it, whether it can be achieved for our functionality or not. So here using at new, sorry, using reduce, I'm trying to achieve the at new functionality in new ABAP syntax. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Let me take you to the system. This is my system. So I'm going to do a concatenate the employee and its ID. So that is the idea. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a variable data local variable employee list, because everything is comes in one variable. Okay, so reduce. So the first syntax would be, what is the data type? String init, and your temporary variable. So temporary employee or temporary variable, whatever it is, temporary employee variable, temporary employee variable equal to. So you can give a space, as this is considered as a string, but there is an issue. I'll tell you what is that. You can't better to avoid give a space over there. Okay. And next, for is going to determine how much time or how the data is going to be handled inside this entire loop. So here I'm going to give it's an open like generic information I equal to 1 until I is greater than 10. Okay, so just run for 10 times. And then the important area is how the data is going to be gathered or calculated or manipulated, depends on your requirement. So that is manipulated as I want to concatenate the values. So I need of temporary variable. Okay, and I want to concatenate, you know, the syntax, right? So pipe symbol to concatenate, and if it is a variable, you need a parenthesis. If suppose it's not a variable, just I want to hard coded value, then just use a pipe symbol is fine. Okay, so now I'm going to say employee is emp. Okay, so this is going to be my hard coded value, so that's why I'm just use only pipe symbol and concatenate. And pipe symbol, I want to use the value of the variable I, so I need a parenthesis, close it. Okay, and then I need a comma, so concatenate, open, what is that, pipe symbol, close it. Okay, and finally close your entire reduce statement. So let's see, is there any issues? No syntax error. So this is a way we have to do it. Okay, so this is what you want to do, and how many times your entire loop is going to be, or your internal table concept. And here is a temporary variable, what is the initial value for it. Let's see how this is going to execute or behave in a debugging mode. So I need a write statement, write lv employee list, and have a static breakpoint. Execute. So employee list and temporary variable, So both are available in your variable tab. Just press F5. So I'll get employee 1 comma em. So it stopped actually, okay, because of the space. So that is the reason I mentioned, especially for the character data type or string data type. So don't use as space because this is mandatory. At least you have to give some initial values or some space. So especially for a string, you can do a better part. It's like empty value type string. So you can't simply extend this value because it's dynamic. So then you can say empty. Okay. Now keep a breakpoint here. Execute. So at least it should come employee 10 as the expectation because the loop should execute for 10 times. So employee list is comes employee 1, 2, 3 and 10, and then final temporary variable also it's same. Okay, it's actually come out of it, so I just removed it. That's why I'm saying temporary variable. So let's see the same behavior in the step size using a step size option. You know about the step size option, right? So especially for this kind of um, statements, if you want to go further down, further inside in the debugging level, you can use the option called step size. So go to the control, keep the cursor over here where you want to do the step size. So keep the cursor and click the option, this button called step size. Just click it. Now go to the temporary variable, employee list, press F5 one by one. Just press F5. I'm just doing F5, not F6. Okay. Now the control is getting inside the steps. So you're able to see the cursor is in for and the cursor is in next. Okay, let me take out the mouse. Okay, now press F5, it's keeping here and next. So now you can see the temporary variable is getting updated, not your actual variable lvmp list. So this will update once everything is done, the entire loop is actually done, then we're able to do it. Because this is one best part, especially for the developer, we should know what is happening inside. Sometimes there may be some data might come with a different value, so we need to go further inside the steps or inside the loop to understand. If it is a loop, directly it will come, but it is not a direct loop, but it acts as a loop. Okay, inside the reduce option there are some statements are available. That's why we're using step size option here. So I'll just keep on press F5. Even F6 also doing the same because I enable the step size option. So once it is done with 10, yeah, it's done. It automatically cleared the temporary variable and filled your data medium, the result variable. So employee 1 to employee 10. So this comma after comma, maybe you can play around with that. So this is the way to use reduce operator for a string data type. So same thing we can do for an integer. Okay, and suppose if you want, you can use here then I plus 2. Okay, meaning 2 incremental. So same like for loop, it's same wherever whatever language we have learned. For loop almost the syntax probably different, but the functionality is same. So here what happens, it will execute with the 2's like 1 3 skip by 2. So 1 3 5 7 9 because the increment value for the for is 2. Okay, so next I'm going to do the same for integer. So maybe the sum, I can say integer local value. What I can do, the same thing, addition. So nothing big. Reduce integer is I, and init local variable, or I can say temporary variable for numeric is 0. So then I can say for I equal 1 and until I greater than 100. Okay, so what I have to do, so the concept is just add it, temporary numeric value is equal to temporary numeric plus I. That's it. Write um, numeric LV addition. Chain operator is missing. Activate, execute. Okay, I have a breakpoint. So here it's just add the value and give it here. Okay. So next we're going to move further. I'm going to add, or I'm going to concatenate my internal table concept. So let's take the books one, like you books from T001 into, I'm going to concatenate all my company codes. Okay. Into data, internal table, UK, okay, company code, CCOD. Okay, I'll go with just 10 records. Okay, next I'm going to do data. This is for company code, reduce. This is going to be a string in it. And you can't use the same variable because it's already declared. If you say numeric or employee where whatever variable you used, if you use the same one, you will get a syntax error. It's already declared. Okay, temporary company code equal to empty, local variable empty. Now I'm going to use my internal table, work area and internal table. So for work area, this is on the flow declaration. So company code in internal table, company code. Okay. And what I have to do over here, temporary company code equal to, I need to concatenate, right? So I want to concatenate the variable. So temporary company code, close it, pipe symbol, and pipe symbol, work area of company code books. Close it. Okay. And if you feel some space or comma, just add it. Close it. Okay. So write company code, LVCCOD code. Activate it and execute it. Okay, breakpoint. So here it is. So company code EDS001. So whatever is available over there, it just fetched and displayed over here. Okay. So this is a way you can use your internal table and work area in your for. Got it? Next we'll see the count. We'll take the same example. So I want to know how many company codes are available. So maybe I can skip this. So here's string company code count is equal to 0 because it's going to be an integer, and this is going to be integer. Company code count is equal to, it's simple, company code count plus 1. Company code count plus 1. Okay. And here also I need a different one, different variable, and company code count. So we have another options like find the count, but this is one of the way we can use the reduce to find the count. Let's see. So total 383 company codes are available. Okay. And what is next one? You can have a where condition. Let me have my another internal table. So let's take EBELN, and I need um, one second, and company code from EJKO into table data, and same thing over here, EBELN and EBELPMATNR, net price from EKPO for all entries in ITKKO, where EBLN is equal to ITKKO EBL. That's a simple select statement. At okay, done. So here I'm going to use where condition, right? So here, additional one. Okay, I'm going to use my data medium as work area. Okay, so far we have created a data medium as just a variable, but here I'm going to use a work area. So the source of work area should be a structure. So here it is data type or data element, and for a data medium which is variable, is going to accept only one value. So if you want to accept a particular record, means more than one collection of fields, then the source is going to be a structure. So let me have a structure here, times begin of structure PO. So I need okay, initially I go with only one table, so I need Evelyn and books. And close it. Okay. So here maybe you can declare, or on the flow you can declare it, work area for PO is equal to reduce and your structure name, structure PO init. So this is a temporary work area type, structure under the name PO. Okay. Then you have a for condition. So rest all same. So only the structure, the source, I'm just doing as a structure. Okay. Rest all same like the previous one. For work area EKKO, it's on the flow declaration IT EKKO, and where. So you can just write a condition over here. Maybe books is equal to 1000, but here where is always within bracket. Okay, so like where fields always in bracket, you can go with and or between, whatever you want, so you can add it. Okay, so here I go with single quotes, for sometimes I'll get an alphanumeric value. And so the syntax next, okay, equal. So here there is a small change, because the temporary medium or a variable is going to hold more than one field values. Okay, only one record, but more than one field values. So here I'm going to use a help of the keyword value. Okay, hash. Then you can say the fields. What are the fields you have? I have Evelyn, and fields in this is nothing but this is the one, right? The structure of your temporary work area, temporary medium as structure PO, and it has only two fields. So Evelyn. So from where I need to populate the value, EKKO Evelyn, and the down the line, what is the next field as books, and the source is AKKO BUKRS. Close this, and I one more, close it. Okay, so if it is more than one field is available in your variable, temporary, not variable, temporary medium, then you have to use a keyword value to segregate what are the values to be added to your fields. Activate it and execute. So I'll get one record in my work area, WA underscore PO. Okay, 3708 and 1000. And here, the point to be noted is um, IKKO, yeah. So just confirm the PO number could be the last, I believe. Let's see. Last for the 1000. Okay, so here's 1000 is the last one, I believe. Let's confirm it also. Um, because it's just a loop, right? So just take the last one, I believe. Oh god, it has only one. Okay, let me have 1710 as my input. Let's see. So I want to make sure whether it is the first or the last. 1710, execute. WPO is okay. KKO. Yeah, it's definitely going to be the last. It's coming the last one. Okay. So Orcadia can have the last record as per your condition. Okay. So depends on the requirement, we can make use of other keywords also. So here the reduce and value keyword is going to be used. And the next one is if I use reduce with if condition. Okay. Let me have a if condition. So here, because this is a little easy, so I'm going to say Control C. So if entire reduce statement, I'm going to say greater than 500. Okay. So write value as greater than 500, else write value as less than 500. Okay. So this is a way you can use the reduce in your if condition also. So the value is less than 500. Lot more, if you have a time and patience, you can play around and you can identify some new scenarios also with reduce along with other like loop conditions or other keywords. What else I noted? Work area. Okay, another one is two temporary fields. Suppose I want to add one more temporary field in my reduce statement. So the scenario is I'm going to concatenate my PO number and the company code, okay, along with the one more field. So here I'm going to use introduce one more field here, PO, then company code, type character 50. Okay. So now I'm going to introduce a new temporary field called delimiter. So I'm going to concatenate PO and company code with the help of an hyphen as a delimiter. I'm going to use that particular delimiter as a second temporary field. So temporary field for delimit type C. So there is no separator command. Okay, just continue with the space. So this is temporary variable medium 1 and temporary medium 2. So here this is medium as work area and this is a variable. And the third field is going to be um, PO company code equal. So this is normal concatenate. I'm going to concatenate EKQO EBELN pipe symbol and um, the delimiter value. So temp delimit. So currently the delimit variable doesn't have any value, it's empty. Let's add it little later, and I want to add it with AKKO BUKRS books. That's it. And and the bracket. So I closed it. So this is one. This the whole thing is for one record. Okay. So I closed the bracket. After that, whenever you declared a local variable, that needs to be defined with values. Otherwise, you'll get a syntax error. So delimit equal to hyphen. Okay, so make sure whenever there is a temporary variable is declared in a reduce statement, that needs to be defined at least with empty values. So let me check it. There is a mistake. 1 second. Space. Yep. All good. So execute it. So you'll get the concatenate value also with the help of another temporary variable WPO. So the third field is filled with concatenated value with the help of the second temporary variable. So the idea is you can have more than one temporary variable in your reduce statement. And then okay, so the next one is I'm trying to achieve the functionality of at new concept. So it's very simple. Whatever we have used, the same thing I'm going to use, but within loop I'm going to do it. Okay, so I have data like this one, and every PO I want to know what is the consolidated value of net price. Normally we used to do it with the help of at new statement. If it is at new PO number comes, we are going to perform it with the help of a read or loop, whatever it is inside your loop statement. The same thing I'm going to do it with reduce. So here I have a loop. The first layer is a loop. My header, I'm going to loop my PO header information, and whenever there is a new what do you call new PO number, then I'm going to calculate or consolidate the net price. So here that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to achieve the at new functionality with the help of reduce keyword. Okay, because they didn't say this is a replacement for what new. Normally, if any new keyword comes, we are trying to achieve the existing functionality with a new keyword. Okay, so there is no open statement. This is the replacement of normally no. Sometimes they may come with a statement called this is the replacement of the existing keyword, but most of the times no. So that's why I'm saying don't try to find or try to search in a Google what is the replacement of at new. Instead of just try with a new syntax how to achieve the functionality of at new with the new keywords. Okay, this is another way of search I'm saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a loop my EKKO into data work area EKKO. I'm not sure whether it's already used, so better I go with EKKO2. And here I'm going to get the net price of my PO. So reduce okay, net price. What is the value? What is the data element? It needs decimal places, right? So go to SC. I'm sorry, SC11 KPO. That is net price. Okay, this is the data element. So copy this here, reduce and do that data element, and here after that, whatever you required, and here it's only one values means variable is required, so temporary variable for net price, type same. Okay, and then for, so here I'm going to use the another internal table, work area EKPO2 in IT EKPO. Okay, and next, okay, I need the var condition before next, because every PO I need the consolidated value. So var within bracket EBELN equals WA EKKO2 header EBELN. Okay, so this var condition is going to be work for your item internal table. So it means within inside the reduce. So next, temporary net price equals work area EK PO2 NETPR. So before that I need to use temporary net price plus, so each record, each means each PO items NETPR, and I need only one bracket. That's right. Oh, that's fine. Then what else? End loop is done. Yeah, end loop is also done. So here I need to go with the right statement. Okay, so I just used enter. It's easy visible for you. Okay, right. PO item details. Right. EKKO EBELN, and then LV net price. Okay. Activated. There is an error. Cannot be used here. Where? I'm sorry. EKK2. Yes. Maybe I used after the declaration. Maybe it's declared inside the reduce. Reduce is nothing but a local variable, right? So I can't use it after that. So execute. Do you have more data? Breakpoint. So here it is. Hopefully it should have more than one item, I believe. Let me figure it out. Purchase doc. Yeah, at least it has two, and the net price is 502. Yeah, 1000 and some value. Yes, 1002. So the consolidate works. Somehow I achieved, or tried to achieve that new concept, and it worked. Okay. What else? Yeah, this is set for the reduce. So I'm always saying try to understand the very basic of any new syntax or properties or a keyword or a construct, like reduce operator, any construct operator, then slowly try to include the value and other steps. Okay, otherwise normally if you're not getting any output and we are we are not getting interest to continue with the new keyword or new learnings. Okay, so go with basics and play around with reduce keyword, and if you have any doubts, please let me know. I'm happy to help, and thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.